How high do your lights have to be from your plants? This is probably one of the most popular questions that comes into our inbox, especially this time of year. And there's unfortunately a lot of conflicting information, a lot of really confusing information out there, and it leads gardeners to kind of just guess. Is it how close is too close? How far away is too far away? There's so much information out there, and in today's episode, we're gonna break it down really simply using some pretty simple stats that you can apply into your grow room or your grow light setup so that you can grow plants more effectively, more efficiently, and just all across the board just have better results than you're probably having by just guessing. The first thing I wanna do is clear up a very popular misconception, and that's that the color of your lights dictates how far they can be away from the seedlings. This is just not true. Now, if you don't know what the color of your light is, some basic research can kind of do the trick. Usually the lights that you buy will have a spec sheet that will show you, or maybe it'll be advertised. This basically corresponds to the color temperature. Now this is rated based on a Kelvin rating, and that's where you see the K. So if someone says 5,000 Kelvin or 5,000 K, that's the color of the light. 5,000 is typically corresponding to more of like a daylight white. Whereas if you go more like 6,500 K or 6,500 Kelvin, that's going to be more of like a blue light. And if you go way down on the other end of the spectrum, at the very beginning, you get very red. And that's where you get into like 2,500 Kelvin or maybe like 3,500 Kelvin, which is like more of like a warm light. That's where you start to get some blues incorporated, but you still have a decent amount of red. Think like a warm incandescent light in your house. Now, the reason why color doesn't matter at all is because color has to do with the type of light, the wavelength of light being put out. It has nothing to do with the overall power of the light. It also has nothing to do with how far that is away from your plant, because that just has to do with just the color, not the actual light energy being given off or the amount of photons or light energy that your plants can receive. The next misconception about grow lights and the distance they can be away from your plants has to do with the type of grow light. I see so many people saying if you've got a LED grow light, it can be further away than a compact fluorescent. That's just flat out false. Anybody that's telling you that probably should not be giving you advice. And that's because the type of grow light has absolutely no bearing at all on the quality of light that it puts out. The quality of light is what determines how far away it can be away from your plants. The higher the quality light, the further away it can be. It doesn't matter if it's a compact fluorescent, doesn't matter if it's an LED, doesn't matter if it's a metal halide, it doesn't matter at all. What matters is the quality of the light. So don't get fooled by that, don't stress yourself out. And again, we've done lots of videos on the fact that, we actually just did a video not too long ago, that grow light to grow light, there really is not a big difference in the fact that they can grow seedlings. What it comes down to between types of grow light is their energy efficiency, how much heat they give off, how much they cost, just to buy the setup. There's a lot of nuance between grow lights, but they're all going to grow seedlings. So that really has no bearing whatsoever on how far away it needs to be away from your plant. And this is the only thing that matters, and that is lumens. Lumens is the amount of light being given off. So if you have a candle might be like 100 lumens, whereas this grow light right here is about 40,000 lumens. That's essentially 400 times stronger than a candle. And that is based on how much light is given off. Now the light given off is photons. Those photons is light energy. And those photons are what plants use to photosynthesize or create energy to grow. So the brighter the light, combined with the color of the light, is what plants use. The color of the light gives off certain wavelengths of light that the plant can use, and then the amount of that light is how much energy the plant can produce if it's the right kind of light. And so when we're looking at a grow light like this, it's 40,000 Kelvin. Or if you have a simple shop light that's just a little 2-bar compact fluorescent setup, how far away does it need to be from your plant? And here's a simple calculation. You first need to know how many lumens your grow light has. A grow light should not have, under any circumstances, less than 2,000 lumens. 2,000 lumens is the bottom, that's the floor. If it doesn't have 2,000, don't buy it. You need at least 2,000 lumens in order to grow plants. At 2,000 lumens, you can have your grow lights at 6 inches away from the plant. So that's, you got your plant. You're gonna be like this at 2,000 lumens. For every 2,000 lumens, you go up from that. So at 4,000 lumens, you start at 6 inches. At 4,000 lumens, you can lower that by about 2 inches. So you start at 6. You don't want any closer than 6 so you guys can burn your seedlings. The heat giving off and everything like that, just not good. Keep it at 6 inches. 2,000, 6 inches. 4,000, 8 inches. 6,000, 10 inches. 8,000, 12 inches. See? It's very simple. Now, there's gonna be people that are gonna say, yeah, but. This is because if I explain it in more complex terms, it will confuse people. This is the simplest way I can possibly explain it. Is it perfect? No. But I have tested this. I have talked to people in the industry. I have talked to people that hydroponics is their livelihood. This is the simplest way to understand, and I don't know why you'd ever complicate it from there. Learn how many lumens your grow light has. Start at 2,000 and 6 inches and work down from there. You can always have it closer, but you don't want to have it further. And why is that? If you go too far, the light is given off. But the problem is the amount of light touching, the strength of light touching those seedlings is not going to be enough, and your plants are going to get leggy. And that's why your plants will start to stretch. That's also why directly under the light is a lot more important than on the fringe, because you get a lot of that bleeding light. That bleeding light is going to be weaker. And so it's very important you understand that you want to be under your grow light. If your seedlings can look straight up and see the light can look straight down and see the seedlings. Light has a tendency to bounce and filter and move throughout the environment. And the problem is just because you can read a newspaper from a distance doesn't mean that your plants are a newspaper. They need to be able to see directly up to get the best and most maximum grow light possible. And from there, determine your height and you should be good to go. So again, I want to reiterate, start at 2,000 lumens at 6 inches. And for every 2,000 lumens, you can go down 2 inches. Really super simple. So I hope this makes sense. I hope that you learned something new. If you did enjoy, make sure to throw a like up there, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments box down below if this simplified everything, if this answered all your questions. And I really do hope that you have a lot of success when starting seedlings. That's about it. It's pretty simple. So I hope you guys enjoyed. And as always, this is Luke from the MIgardener channel, reminding you to grow bigger. Take care. Have a good one. Bye. Hey, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed, consider clicking this one. You'll probably enjoy it just as much. I want to thank you for your viewership, because without it, this channel would not be as amazing as it is. Also, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. It's free, and we upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. We also have vegetable seeds, fertilizer, or tools. If you need any of those, consider visiting MIgardener.com. Links will be in the description box below. We've got you covered. And as always, we'll see you all in the garden. Take care.